औज़ुबिल्लाहिमिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली अल्लाहुम्मा अफ़्तह अलैना हिकमतक वंशरनी रहमतक या ज़ल जलाली वल इकराम अल्लाहुम्मा इन्नी असअलुका इल्मन नाफ़िअन व अमलन मुतक़ब्बलन व रिज़्क़न तय्यिबा अल्लाहुम्मा अफ़नी फ़ी बदनी अल्लाहुम्मा अफ़नी फ़ी समी अल्लाहुम्मा अफ़नी फ़ी बसरी ला इलाहा इल्ला अंता सुब्हानका इन्नी कुन्तु मिनज़ ज़ालिमीन. Okay, assalamu alaikum everyone. Okay, now any question, because now we are jumping towards the next topic, which is that how many bits we have to transmit during this data transmission. Now, method of data transmission. So now method of data transmission is serial and parallel data transmission. Types of data transmission means that one we have the serial data transmission, the another one is parallel data transmission. These are called what? The types of data transmission. So now in serial data transmission, we can use, look here, here is a sender computer, here is the receiver computer, and we are using a single channel. This is called single line, is known as single channel, and we have to transmit the data on this channel only one bit at a time. So what's written over here, serial data transmission occurs when data sent one bit at a time over a single wire channel. This is single wire, one bit at a time we are sending. Bits are sent one after the other as a single stream. Look here, that's it. This is the diagram of serial data transmission. We use single channel, and from computer A to B we use single channel, and we will transmit one bit at a time, one after another. Note, the serial data transmission can be simplex, one-way communication, half-way, both-way communication, but not at the same time, or full duplex. We can send and receive the data in both direction in the same time. In this case, but we send and receive the data in both direction, but not at the same time. In half duplex case, in simplex case, we can send and receive the data only in one direction. That's called what? Modes of data transmission. Okay, serial data transmission works well over a long distance. So this is the advantage of using serial data transmission. Works well over a long distance. However, the data is transmitted at a slow rate. Why data is transmitted at a slow rate? Because we are using single channel, single wire. So we can send only one bit at a time. That's why it is slower data rate than parallel data transmission. It means that in parallel data transmission we are having several wires to transmit the data. So parallel is faster as compared to serial data transmission, but it works well, serial data transmission, for the longer distance, because only one channel wire is used. In case of serial data transmission, data will arrive at its destination fully synchronized, that is in correct order. Synchronized means in correct order. An example of its use is when connecting a computer to a printer via USB connection. This is the example of serial data transmission when we are connecting a computer to a printer using a USB. USB stands for Universal Serial Bus, because we can what? Connect the computer with the serial port of your system. So now here is next type of data transmission is parallel data transmission. In parallel data transmission we can use what? This is sender computer, this is receiver computer, and we are using several wires to transmit several bits at the same time. So look here, in this case we are sending one byte of information at the same time. Okay, now parallel data transmission occurs when several bits of data, usually one byte, are sent down several channels. Several channel mean these lines are known as channels, wires, all at the same time. Each channel wire transmit one bit. Each channel transmit only one bit at a time. And in case of parallel data transmission, it will transmit several bits, for example 1 byte of information at the same time, so it is faster. So now parallel data transmission can be simplex, half duplex or full duplex, just like serial data transmission. Okay, now in case of parallel data transmission, we use several wires, and on each wire or each channel we are transmitting, we are supposed to transmit 1 bit at a time. So let's check that parallel data transmission works well over a short distance. Over longer distance, for example over 20 meters, the data can become skewed, jumbled up. That is, the data can arrive unsynchronized. When we use this parallel data transmission for the longer distance, the data jumbled up or unsynchronized or skewed, become skewed, and bits can arrive out of order. The longer the wire, the worse this can become. It is, however, a faster method of data transmission. Parallel data transmission is the faster method of data transmission than serial, because in serial we use one bit, we use a single channel to transmit one bit at a time, one after another, and it works best for the longer distance. But in this case, this one is parallel data transmission transmits the data faster as compared to serial data transmission, but this works well for the longer distance, and this will not work well for the longer distance because the data can become skewed, unsynchronized, or bits can arrive out of order. The longer the wires, the worse this can become. It is, however, the faster method of data transmission than serial. The internal circuit in the computer, this is called the real life application of parallel data transmission. We can apply this in the internal circuit ICs, integrated circuits in a computer. Use parallel data transmission since the distance traveled between the component is very short. That's the reason we use parallel data transmission in the internal component. For example, in your motherboard, we have to communicate with the different hardware and hardware components, from RAM to RAM, ROM, HDD, SSD. So right now all these tabs are loaded in RAM, which is our primary memory, and our computer is communicating with all the internal component or hardware component of this computer, even communicating with the headphone, mouse, monitor, etc., keyboards. Okay, so we need a faster access. When you press A, it will appear over here, just like that. Look here, it's a faster way of communication. Okay, now and high speed transmission is essential. That's it. We have done with the modes of data transmission, the types of data transmission. We have discussed today modes of data transmission and the types of data transmission. If you have any question, you can ask now, because now our next activity is activity 2.2. Now, but you have to participate and you have to give answer. So, starting, explain what is meant by serial half duplex data transmission. Who's going to answer? We have just discussed this. You can take this as a class work and you can share with me now. Tomorrow we will discuss difference between serial and parallel data transmission. If your concepts are clear about this topic, serial and parallel data transmission, you can extract easily, you can answer easily the comparison between serial and parallel data transmission, isn't it? Tomorrow we will discuss universal serial bus, and then the last method of error detection method we will discuss later on. If you have a question here, you can ask now related to these topics. If you like this video, please like and subscribe my channel. Long live Pakistan.